thank you. This is quite the honor, and thank you to all the faculty and staff that are here, and the Stoops family. This is a great tradition. That's the only trophy I still have in my life is the Ron Stoops trophy, so I do appreciate that. I want to thank my parents first and foremost. I think that the biggest sacrifice you can make and the best sacrifice you can make in life is to send your kids to Catholic school, and to send them through all the way through Cardinal Mooney was quite the sacrifice, and so I appreciate that what you did to send Nick, Katie, and I all the way through. I actually spent 2 years at the local public school. I'll leave them nameless. We did beat him pretty good our senior year, coach, yeah. But my mom gave me the option. She said, hey, you want to switch back? It's up to you, and if you want, if you go to Boardman, we could probably get you a car, but if you go to Mooney, that won't be on the menu. And so I never looked back, and I'm glad that I chose Cardinal Mooney and never traded for anything. I want to thank my big brother, Uncle Tom Cerni, for all those front yard football games, and the steady quarterback, Dan Lyons, who used to come, and those guys in that class of '84 were like my big brothers. I looked up to them, much like I do today, and all that they do. They drove my love for Cardinal Mooney. Another family that drove me to Cardinal Mooney would be the Gregory family. Mr. and Mrs. Gregory are great Cardinal Mooney boosters across the board. I sold programs probably well below the legal limit of how you were allowed to work for. So we got paid by oven coupons. They used to cut out of the back of the program, take us there after the games, and I do appreciate that. Joseph and I sold a lot of programs together. Part of this for me is about the teachers, though. I'll get to football in a second. I only have 5 minutes. Mr. Cooney said he'll tug on my shirt, but Kenny Kraft said I got 3 minutes and 33 seconds from him, so bear with me. And Mr. Cooney forgot one of my family's tables, so I got a little bit of weight. The teachers, I got Mr. Cooney. First time I met him, named all 10 Cernis in order of appearance at Cardinal Mooney. So my dream was to be a part of that legacy. Mr. Roncone remains one of the most talented and gifted people I've ever met. I literally took every single class that he took or taught at Cardinal Mooney, and I appreciate everything he did. Master Renard and Batcha, two of the toughest people I've ever met in my life. I still run my business meetings just like they ran their classroom. Hamrock, Voidus, Formicelli, the list goes on and on. There's people that made sacrifices for us, teaching at parochial schools, and I believe we owe them a lot. Their entire career, I can't thank them enough for the impact they've made on Youngstown, the area, the school, everything. I tease my sales team that if you call on a business, you just have to find the person that works in Mooney because they're the decision maker. So I appreciate that. So get into the football part of it. Coach, I don't know, there might be a typo. We weren't undefeated those years, just in the sophomore JV. I heard Beck kind of like we weren't undefeated. He was correct in that stat. Sophomores, juniors, JVs, we were undefeated. So unfortunately, not quite undefeated, but we got better every year. We were 8-2, 9-1, and 10-0 in '96. So that's awesome. We stunk as freshmen though, didn't we, boys? Greg Giannis actually, he's over there somewhere. He broke my arm. He played for Boardman back then, and our freshman year's one I'll forget, but the rest of them were wonderful. I don't think that our class, any class like ours, ever respected, admired, or cherished the Mooney experience like we did. We felt a sense of duty to the upperclassmen, the coaches, and the alumni that schools and organizations only dream of. We had an unbelievable bond with each other and the tradition, led by Coach Butchie, Coach Tinkler, Coach Conklin, both John and Neil Kopp, Coach Dapp, right down the line, Coach Fecco, and one of my all-time favorite people in this world, Coach Palumbo. Father Theodore gave unbelievable pregame speeches. I felt invincible after he got done talking, especially with the Mary Queen of Victory praying for us. I can't thank these men enough for what they did. I can still see their faces, hear their voices, and heed their direction. And though it may sound cliche, they taught us much more about life than they did about football. They taught us anything in life worth doing would be tough. They taught us attention to detail means everything, and that hard work, preparation makes good luck. That effort, hustle, and heart can beat talent, size, and sizzle. And these are lessons that men and women need to learn in life. That when life gets tough, you dig in, you try harder, and you take care of those you love and what you love. And that taught us that instant gratification is only realized after running belly right 1,000 times, Stoner. I want to share one quick example about Coach Butchie, too. We won, yeah, I just won. This is my favorite one of all time. We played St. Thomas Aquinas that year, and we beat those poor kids 49-0. They had one play that they ran that the kid motioned back and got the ball, and 2 of the 3 times he ran that play, I tackled him for a loss. And the one time I tackled him at the line of scrimmage. And we won 49-0. But after that game, Coach said, "Hey, Cerni, what happened on that one play?" And I knew exactly which one play he was referring to. And I said, "Coach, they blocked it different." So that was a Friday night. The next day, my mom and dad took me to 3 or 4 colleges and visits. The next Sunday, we stood outside, freezing cold, waiting for films to start. Coach Butchie standing at the bottom of the stairs. I could see he was waiting. "Cern, you blew it." I knew exactly what he was going to say. And it was in the 4th quarter, so I had to wait the whole day, 5, 6 hours, whatever films were, to find out and watch that play 100 times. So, thanks, Coach. But it taught me that the relentless pursuit of perfection is worth it. Coach Palumbo, similar story, probably the same game. We score a touchdown and we're jogging off the field, everyone's celebrating, and he's yelling at me. And I can't figure out what's going on. I said, "Coach, I think I did exactly what you told me to do." And he said, "I'm reminding you." That's the way he always talked about everything. It didn't matter if you did it right or wrong. He just wanted to make sure you got there. My teammates, some of the finest ever walked the halls of Cardinal Mooney. We loved every second of our time together at Mooney. We already have several members of the Hall of Fame inductees, and today with Chuck Salino and Tony Barone. Don Augustine was the first to get in there, one of the most dedicated CMHS alumni I've ever met. He and Andy Kuboff inspired us all to be tougher. They were shaving at the age of 8. They were men among boys. Our offensive line featured Mack truck winners and YSU national champions. We had guys like De Niro, Latessa, and Giannis, or Tony Barone. We were inspired by guys like Vecchione. My college roommates, Wayne, Brooke, and Todd Sardich, and we went from Mooney up to John Carroll to try to carry on tradition. That team and that whole backfield is now in the Hall of Fame with Mark Franklin, Aaron Stamp, Tony Barone, Chuck Salino. That team averaged 300 yards a game. I'm very proud of them. I think our defense was even better, and we had a lot of heart with guys like Dom Italiano, Joe Cassis, Mike Alexander, and Justin Petrola filling in some of those gaps. The theme for that year, if you remember, Coach Stinkler made thought sheets, was if you stand by me, you're not alone. And those thought sheets are things that I look forward to reading every once in a while to motivate me through some of life's toughest times. He challenged us to be one of those throwback teams, and man, I think we did it together, as Coach Butchie always said. The last thing I'll say, because I don't want to run out of time, and I won't use the 3 minutes and 33 seconds, Ken, thanks. I did, already used it. Oh well. I think Mooney's one of the best things that ever happened to me because I met my beautiful wife at Cardinal Mooney. To her wonderful family, her mother, I will not mention her father because he would gloat. We have wonderful 4 daughters, Gia and Roma, who are here today, and Julia and Gemma back at home. And I can only hope that they have the same experience and the pride in their school that I have in Cardinal Mooney. I've made lifelong friendships. I've learned to be a man, a leader, a better Catholic, a better person of character and integrity, and all the things I pray for my children. I believe that whatever the sacrifice our parents made to send us to Catholic schools, or the sacrifice you have to make for your kids to go to Cardinal Mooney or another Catholic school, it's worth it. Ask yourself, would you trade those years and those memories for anything now? So we do what we were taught. We're for Mooney, and we're against no one. We advocate for Catholic education, Cardinal Mooney, and we want to help sustain the future of the school, the city, and the area, because God knows we need a lot more Cardinals out there. Thanks for your time.